Damn, this paranoia agent video is gonna take longer than I expected. Huh. I guess we're doing Storytime content. For the uninitiated, Amino is a social media platform that hosted several communities, from fandoms, roleplays, hobbies, and niche topics. No matter how specific your interests were, Amino somehow managed to gather thousands of people who were into the exact same thing. Users can make posts, group chats, and customize their profiles to their heart's content. Thankfully, it was shut down on December 19th, 2025, and while I would give a moment of silence for a platform that lasted for 11 years and where I met some of the coolest people, shout out my Star and Clyde, I really got some beef with this app. Nah, I know I'm beating a dead horse, but I just need to get this off my chest. This shit is personal. Amino was one of those corners of the internet that was a cesspool, and it was an open secret. I can't tell you how many times I'll meet someone who also happened to have the app because unrestricted internet access. It would eventually say how they're also spoken to inappropriately by an adult. Like, genuinely, the stories and folks who are moving like Diddy on the app should get castrated. And if you had to experience this as a minor, I genuinely feel for you. I was on Amino between 2017 to 2021, predominantly the JoJo Amino, Friends Amino, and the dating Amino. I know it sounds bad. It was during the pandemic.
Relax.
Those 4 years of being on and off, I unfortunately have a wealth of ridiculous stories to tell, but I'll only speak on one. Trigger warnings for any viewers, and here's the timestamp for when the story will be over. It all started in 2019, roughly around September to October-ish. I was looking at the Friends Amino because shit, was lonely and socially inept. I came across this girl's post who was looking for friends, and I was like, fuck it. For the sake of the story, we'll call her Cherry. She was older than me, played on her Xbox One, and loved anime. She kept bringing up how hard it was for her to make friends, and I was kind of scratching my head. Don't get me wrong, I love talking to people, but I definitely don't have all the time in the world. So I slid to Discord and reached out to the GOAT, Zeusouls. It was like, bro, there's this person that's looking for friends and we're on bullshit all the time. We could totally cheer them up. Like, motherfuckers were moving on some smiling friends ass energy.
Okay, great. Well then, there's no time to waste, Charlie. Let's go out there and make people smile!
Within a few days, the three of us started to play Dead by Daylight. I never tapped into the game for real, in comparison to Zoo and Cherry, who were sweating their balls off. So, real shit, I was the weakest link. But best believe whenever my ass was on that hook, front and center was Cherry with the save. We laughed, Zoo and I did our usual stick of frying each other, and I remember distinctly Cherry saying, "This is the most fun I've had in a long time." So Zoo and I are sitting there, looking at each other like all's in a day's work. A month passes, and Cherry and I are spending more time together. Besides the usual Dead by Daylight rigmarole, we're playing shit like My Hero Academia 1 Justice 2. That's a side tangent. That shit was ass, bro. Definitely one of the worst arena fighters I've played. But back to the story. Y'all know me. I be playing fighting games and dropping people off, so this wasn't anything new. This wasn't anything. But to Cherry, it was everything. I can't pinpoint the exact moment, but eventually this grown woman in her 20s would be asking me to fall asleep with her on Discord. Mind you, I was 15 at the time, and this shit made me very uncomfortable. But at the same time, it fed into my insecurities. Especially in my adolescence, I only had a one-track mind of I want to be in a relationship. Not even on some nefarious shit, but because I didn't love myself, and truth be told, I still don't particularly like myself. But it's no longer to the point where I would put myself in a compromising situation like that. So, I did it. Fell asleep on the phone with her. Talked to her nearly every night and played a game, and when she made inappropriate comments, I fired back. But deep inside of me, I knew it was wrong. Her justification was terrible. "Oh, there's large age gaps in my family all the time. It's fine." And I ate that shit up. It was late November to early December when I became distant. It wasn't like I was coming to my senses, more like seasonal depression caught up to me, and at the time I just isolated myself till I felt marginally better. I expressed the fact that I needed time, and she was acting weird, but I didn't care. When I spun back, she was cold and being funny towards me. I quickly saw in real time the chat her, Zoo, and I were all in. All that love and care just got pushed onto Zoo, which in retrospect was good, that she wasn't dotting on me so inappropriately, but I ended up developing a new insecurity of not being enough and feeling replaceable, something that still haunts me because of this situation. Sometime before my birthday in 2020, I did cut her off and block her on Discord and Xbox. It was a combination of my hurt and coming to my senses that made me lock in. That's just one story that came from Amino. I have plenty more, maybe I'll talk about them someday, but I just find it ironic. The truth of the matter is, my story isn't unique on the internet. While there's no stats to prove it, I wouldn't be surprised if stories like these led to the platform's inevitable downfall. But that's not to say there wasn't some good that came from it. My boy, shout out Galangaroo, also used Amino before we really became friends in 2018. Specifically, he was in the Splatoon's Amino, and genuinely had a ball with his friend group, and even his friends became folks that I'll be playing Final Fantasy XIV and Monster Hunter with till this day. While on the flip side, I'm walking away from Amino with 2 friends, 4 heartbreaks, and a plethora of self-esteem issues. Shit. Maybe my life is a comedy. I really didn't want to leave the video on the somber note, so I guess I just want to say thank you to everybody that took the time to watch my videos, especially the Fooly Cooly one. I genuinely did not think it would get basically like 350 views. That's crazy to me. You know, obviously, like, I've been personal with my previous videos, but this one, like, you know, I basically went into a more deeper topic. But content creation is something I always wanted to do, and I really don't like the whole, oh, you should like and subscribe and, you know, to get more content. I don't really care about that, if we're being honest. When I was growing up, Jesus Christ, I sound old as hell, but, you know, when I was growing up and watching YouTube and shit, it was just for fun and passion. So obviously I'm going to be making videos here and there. College is right around the corner, literally like next month, but I want to stay consistent, post videos, and obviously share stories and life experiences that I have to offer. And I guess for the bit, if you enjoy my content, feel free to like and subscribe. And obviously, I appreciate all of my friends that promoted my video as well. And thank you all. Have a great day.